Hey, it's Steve. I'm back. All right. I'm going to share this with you, but don't tell anyone, okay? YouTube is stacked against creators like me, and I'm going to spill the beans on what it really takes to make it. You'd think it's all about creating good content and finding an audience, right? Wrong. Today, I'm going to break down why it's so hard for someone like me to stand out and what you'd really have to do to shoot for financial success on this platform and others. Spoiler, it's exhausting and completely at odds with how I operate. Before we dive in, if you find this interesting, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Otherwise, subscribing is like giving me a thumbs up as you drive by without stopping to hear what I've got to say. And by the way, I've got videos on how social media enragement fuels engagement, why I'm on YouTube, and what I'm trying to accomplish. So stick around and check those out. Now, let's get into why this YouTube game isn't for the faint of heart. The algorithm doesn't care about me. First off, let's talk about the algorithm. If you're not familiar with the term, the algorithm is basically the invisible force that decides what content gets seen on YouTube and what gets buried. It's like a complex formula that tracks what people like, how long they watch, and what keeps them clicking and staying on the platform. If the algorithm likes your video, it'll push it to more people. If not, well, good luck getting anyone to see it. It's going to bury it. It's not personal, it's computational. Here's the dirty little secret. The algorithm doesn't care about people like me. I could pour my heart and soul into a video, but if the algorithm doesn't think it'll keep people glued to their screens, it's going to bury it. Even if you subscribe to my channel, unless you turn on that notification bell, YouTube might decide my content isn't worth showing. So while I appreciate every subscriber, it's kind of like getting a high five from someone walking by, unless they're actually sticking around the conversation. I've been online since 1994, and trust me, I've seen it all. In fact, about 15 years ago, I had one of my websites generating nearly 30 grand a month in ad revenue from Google, just like YouTube creators get paid. And then overnight, the algorithm changed and my revenue dropped to about $300 a month. I went from ranking in the top 3 spots on a topic to showing up on page 2. And we all know that page 2 on Google is the best place to hide a dead body because nobody will find it there. Yeah, I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. I've seen this stuff firsthand. But here's the kicker. I'm going to post videos here on YouTube anyway, because as a grandfather with decades of experience, I got a few things to share that can help people if they actually want to listen. For those who don't want to listen, look, feel free to keep hitting yourself in the face with a shovel until you learn the hard lessons of life and reality. Have you ever felt like the algorithm was working against you? Or maybe you've seen your favorite creators disappear from your feed. Comment below. I want to hear from you and your experiences. So what you really have to do to succeed on YouTube, let me be straight with you. If you're gunning for financial success on YouTube, you're going to need to do things that I simply can't or won't. Here's what you're in for. First, you've got to aim to either entertain or enrage, ideally both. People love drama and YouTube rewards it with views. The more controversial or emotionally charged your content, the better it performs. Basically, if you're not stirring the pot or making people laugh until they cry, good luck. Next, you need to spend days, and I mean days, making flashy edits. Think of it like pulling the lever on a slot machine over and over. Quick cuts, sound effects, visual gags, anything to keep people's attention. You need to grind over every single frame, praying that you can hit that dopamine button hard enough to keep people watching. And then after all that, you still have to cross your fingers and hope the algorithm blesses you by serving your content to an audience. It's like throwing a perfectly cooked steak into a lion's den and hoping it lands on the right plate. I mean, honestly, it's exhausting just thinking about it. So what do you think? Is YouTube more about entertainment and enragement these days, or is there still space for thoughtful content? I mean, let me know below. Enragement fuels engagement. If you've spent any time on YouTube or other social media platforms, you know that outrage drives engagement. People love a good controversy. It keeps them watching, commenting, and coming back for more. And YouTube, well, it eats that stuff up. The more engagement a video gets, the more it gets promoted. But that's not me. I'm not here to enrage or entertain with spectacle. I'm here to share practical, thoughtful content that might actually help someone. I've even got a video on that dives into how enragement is the fuel for engagement, but I'm not playing that game. I'd rather leave a legacy of level-headedness than flame out in a blaze of internet drama. I've learned the hard way. I've been online for more than 3 decades, and here's something I've learned the hard way. What the platform giveth, it taketh away. If I base my self-worth or sole income on any platform, including YouTube, the overwhelming odds are I will lose. I'll end up stressed, depressed, and afraid. And I've seen it happen to creators who relied too heavily on the algorithm for their livelihood. The key? Diversify and don't put all your eggs in one digital basket, or else one algorithm can change and ruin everything. I've watched people build themselves up only to have the rug pulled out from under them when the algorithm shifted. And that's why I refuse to tie my self-worth or financial stability to one platform. I'm here to share my thoughts, lessons, and stories, but I am not banking my future on whether YouTube decides to show my videos or not. I mean, ever feel like YouTube's holding your success in its hands? Yeah, I get it. And comment below if you've had your ups and downs on this platform. I'm not the flashy type. Now, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Flashy? That's not me. I'm a balding older guy. No one's coming here for flashy edits or neon jumpsuits. My style is more, let's have some real talk than let's blow something up for views. And you know what? I'm good with that. And speaking of style, when I was a search and rescue pilot, my call sign was Fire Demon. Because I'm a wicked good pilot. Not because I was putting on a show. It wasn't about flashy maneuvers. It was about getting the job done right. And that's how I approach YouTube too. I'm not here for the clickbait or the quick wins. I'm here to leave something behind that actually helps people. If that means fewer views, then so be it. Plus, one of my core life mottos is, if you do good things happen. Now, granted, it might take years for the payoff and it might not be financial, but what goes around does come around. And of course, my number one motto in life is don't be a dick. So that pretty much ruins any expectation that I'm going to create artificial enragement just to play the game. The battle of attention. YouTube is basically an all-out war for attention. Every time I upload a video, I'm competing against millions of others being uploaded that same day. Some creators have entire teams working on their videos. Well, I'm just one retired guy with a camera sharing my thoughts. I'm not saying I don't enjoy the challenge, but man, it's a crowded space. If my video doesn't grab someone in the first few seconds, they're not coming back. They're on to the next one. They're gone, and it doesn't matter how valuable the content is. As I said, they're not coming back. It's like trying to have a meaningful conversation in a room full of people shouting. You've got to hope they can hear you over the noise. And if you're thinking of jumping into the YouTube game yourself, well, I've got a video on how to get started, especially if you're over 65. Just know it's a grind, but if you've got something worth saying, it's still worth the shot. So what's next? So what's coming up next? Well, my next video might not be super sexy, but it's going to be a thoughtful conversation about social media literacy and what we should think about teaching kids. Or maybe it'll be about this Bitcoin gotcha scam that's scaring everyday people into paying a ransom. But hey, I'm always open to new topics, so suggest away in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. So yeah, the odds are stacked. At the end of the day, the odds are stacked against me and you and anyone else on YouTube. The algorithm rewards engagement. Attention spans are shorter than ever, and flashy content rules the roost. But you know what? I'm still here. I'm giving it a shot. Why? Well, because I believe the content I'm putting out is valuable, and even if a handful of people find it helpful, hey, that's a win in my book. I've been in this game long enough to know you can't control the algorithm. I've been online, as I said, since 1994, and I've watched things change in ways none of us could have predicted. But I've learned one thing. No matter what, staying true to yourself is always worth it. So if you're ready for thoughtful, no BS content without the drama, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and let's build something real together. Until next time, be good, be safe, be smart. See ya!